Okay, now that you've done this, and then hopefully this happens. Now you've got it done. You planted, you used your seeder. In my case, I used an earthway seeder, as you saw in the opening. Or if you have a smaller garden and you just take your finger and drop seeds in, it's basically doing the exact same thing, just a different method. Here in this market garden at Whirlwind Family Farm, these are 50-foot rows. So it's just easier for us to use a little earthway seeder. We get more seeds in the ground. It's all done more efficiently, quicker, and we can move on to the next project. But as you just saw, planted, had germination, looks great. Then you come out, and the thing that happens to just about everybody, if you have a little bit of perfectionism, you want that thing to be perfect. And you've seen those gardens online. You may have seen mine, you've seen others, and everything looks perfect. It germinated as it should. The garden looks great. This big, nice expanse of growing things. And you go, my garden didn't really germinate that well. Well, let me tell you, there's a old saying out there, and this goes back, I believe it is Theodore Roosevelt, Theo Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, I think they called him. He said, comparison is the thief of joy. And the first time, it's funny, I didn't hear that till later in my life, and I'm always kind of admired the things that Theo Roosevelt did back in the early 1900s. And when I heard that, that really resonated with me because most of my life I would always look and go, gosh, they just, whatever it was, whether it was in sports or whether it was in my job, I'd always, gosh, somebody else is doing it better and just doing a better job of it. And the same thing can happen in your garden. And let me show you a prime example. As you look at this row right here, I'm going to show you these are turnips that we plant every fall. And if you look right over here to the left, you're going to see over here, you see germination. And over here, you see a large swath that just, for whatever reason, I don't know if they didn't get the right amount of water. I don't know if the seeder didn't happen to drop seeds at that point. And it's not just there. If you look at this row, just a quick glance, that row right there looks perfect. We got good germination. We have little turnips coming up all the way down until you get here to the end, and you can see below me it's very spotty. Now the row over, which was the next row coming back, this one was actually planted in the sequence first, just didn't get full germination. Same thing is true right over here at the beginning, and it may have something to do with the actual cedar itself. Who knows? Could be this was in the shade, could be at the moment I didn't get enough water. Of course, a lot of times with these little germinating seeds, if they ever dry out, you just don't get the germination that you should. So the reason I show you all this is for one main reason, and it's something that I dealt with out here the first few years that I had Whirlwind Family Farm. There's a lot of market gardens out there, people who do YouTube channels that show you how to market garden, what to do, and they do a really good job of it. And every time I would watch those, again, I would compare and see exactly how they were doing it, then try to emulate that right here in this garden. And each time it seemed to come up short. It didn't seem to be as good as theirs. And what I'm here to tell you, back to what I said, comparison is the thief of joy. And where that comes from is a little bit of perfectionism, as we said. Sometimes you can try to be too perfect, everything be just right. One of the things that I like to do out here at Whirlwind Family Farm is make sure everything is weeded perfectly. I went through that for about 3 years out here. And anytime I walk over and I start to see a bunch of germinating weeds right there, the first thing I want to do is go get the wire weeder and take care of it. But sometimes there's other priorities. And sometimes weeds growing in certain spots is not all bad, because sometimes those weeds in a bare ground area is stopping erosion. So my perfectionism can actually sometimes have a detrimental effect, because if you talk to anybody in the modern science of looking at gardens and farms, that bare soil is not a good thing, because micronutrients, microorganisms with the micronutrients tend to get dried out and washed out and really takes away the fertility of that soil. So yes, I don't want weeds to be right at the base of many of my plants. I try to keep those rows as open and clear as possible. But the point of this is, when you start your garden, whether again it is a small backyard garden or you have a lot where you have maybe your own market garden, is don't let perfectionism get in the way of a good planting. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Once my wife and I came out and looked at these turnips, and we started planting turnips about 4 years ago. We have a neighbor that suggested them. Um, she really likes them, and I think it's a big part of the German. This area has a lot of German heritage, and they really like the turnips. And so we started planting them. And I'll tell you, I wasn't a fan of turnips. I don't really like them. But now that I've tasted fresh, garden fresh turnips, I've really come around. I do like them. But back to my original point, what I have discovered and what I have decided is, when you get down to here where we didn't have as good a germination, as you can see this row doing well, that one not doing well, it's not a big deal, because I have plenty of turnips. I have several thousand that are doing quite well, and they will do well, and everything goes right. We'll get them to harvest here by probably November, December. We'll start to have them the right size, and we'll have plenty. And the reason I tell you that is, last year in this rotation process, I planted up on the north end, used a bigger cedar plate where I dropped out more seeds, and that was a little bit of a mistake. There were too many of them, too tightly clustered together. Some were too small, some were big when other small ones around them. But we ended up with plenty of turnips. In fact, we ended up with some that went to waste because we had too many. They lasted all the way to spring. We had to take them out, put them in the compost pile. So back to my point is, if some of them didn't germinate, don't worry about it. Now, if you have an entire row of something that doesn't make it, you're going to have to investigate, look and see what happened. Maybe they didn't get enough water, but that's not the end of the world either. You can start over. And that's another example. It just reminded me, this time last year, I had red ants, harvester ants, and right after I planted these turnips, those harvester ants came in and just decimated. Took those seeds, packed them right back out, and I had virtually very little turnips coming up. Had to come in. In fact, I'm looking. We're now early September. I didn't plant those till late September last year because the harvester ants had to start over. So when you look at your garden and when you start it, don't let perfection get in the way. Don't let comparison be the thief of joy. Your garden is going to be good enough. You're doing the very best with it you can, and you will do well with it. It's a learning process each time. So thanks again for finding our channel here at Whirlwind Family Farm. I'm Jeff. We're here in Central Texas. So glad you found our channel. We always appreciate when you like, subscribe, certainly hit that bell for notification. And we have many videos that can take you further along in that basic education of gardening. We'll have another one right over here you can check out. Check this video out. Blessings over you, your family, your garden. Talk to you soon from Whirlwind Family Farm.